Today we're talking about evil Santa Clauses and eating wasabi flavored candy canes.
Let's do stuff.
Stephanie
And Paul. Do stuff. Hello YouTube, I'm Paul.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this week we're doing the third installment of our winter series. So we're talking about lots of stuff, winter and, well, primarily Christmas has gone so far. Yeah. So maybe it's number 3 of our Christmas series. It turns out that if you're in the market for a new Santa Claus, there's lots of Santa Claus alternatives available.
Not so sure though if you would want them though, so...
No. And we're not even going to look at Krampus today. Krampus is probably the most famous Santa Claus alternative, and we're not even talking about him. I found things weirder than Krampus. Well, different than Krampus. But
we will say that Krampus is not your ideal Santa Claus to begin with.
No, you don't want him coming down the chimney.
He's Germany, right?
He's German, I think.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the weird ones that Paul found.
Yeah. So, who should start?
Well, since you found the weird ones...
Yeah.
You can
I think you should start.
Oh, you want me to start?
You want me to start?
Oh, I guess I could start.
Well, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I'll start.
You should start. Okay.
So, the first one that we have is Iceland's Yule Lad.
He sounds nice.
Yeah.
The Yule Lad.
But you know otherwise,
He
don't
sounds
you?
like he comes by in a little kilt with some bagpipes and brings presents to all the children.
From December 12th to the 23rd, Icelandic kids leave a shoe on their windowsill, and while they sleep each night, 13 magical Yule lads climb down from the mountains to leave gifts.
There's 13 of them.
The naughty kids, however, end up with a potato instead. You know, what's funny is I actually know someone from Iceland. Originally, the Yule Lad tradition had a more sinister tone, and many parents used their mysterious nighttime visits to scare their children into behaving.
Well, no doubt.
That doesn't sound as bad as Krampus.
No, but 13 of them?
Yeah, that sounds a little
13
creepy.
magical Yule Lads. I want to know the dimension of these Yule Lads too. Are they small?
But see, maybe the idea of the 13 of them is to make up for the fact that they can't go as fast as Santa Claus.
Oh, so you think they like divide and conquer?
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay. I never even considered that.
I'm gonna ask my friend's mom about this. I'll ask my friend's mother about this.
I want to see a picture of a Yule Lad. Which Icelandic Yule Lad are you?
Oh my gosh.
So wait, are they specific Yule Lads? Like they're not all the same?
I guess.
Are they like the 7 dwarves of Christmas?
Maybe there's something like 7 of them go to the good kids and then 6 of them go to the naughty kids.
You're an optimist.
Maybe.
Because you assume that there's more nice kids. They look like the 7 dwarves. There's just 13 of them.
Yeah.
I just want to know if they have names. I just want to know if they have...
I'm not sure if they do or not.
They do.
They do. And they've got really weird names.
So the 13 nights before Christmas. And then there's 13 Yule Lads. They come one a night. That's the one thing we didn't consider. I thought they came all at one time. You thought they divided and conquered. No, they come one a night.
Okay.
It's like 13 nights of Santa Claus horror. Okay, so on December 12th, so they have the Icelandic name and the English translation. This is the sheepcoat clod. Harasses sheep, but it's impaired by its stiff pig legs.
Okay. And he comes December 12th and leaves December 25th.
Okay.
And then there's Gully Gawk, who hides in gullies, waiting for an opportunity to sneak into the cowshed and steal milk. He comes the December 13th and leaves December 26th.
So hold up.
Wait, so they're already through Sheepcoat Clod and Gully Gawk. Tomorrow, Stubby comes. And he's abnormally short, steals pans to eat the crust left on them, and he comes tomorrow and leaves December 27th. So
yeah, December 14th. Yeah.
keep an eye out.
Yes, Stubby's coming. This is so wait though, because one comes on the 12th, leaves 25th, 13th leaves the 16th, 14th leaves. So they're all there on Christmas? Is that how this works? Like, aren't they all gonna wind up being there on Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're all gonna wind up there, but the first one leaves on Christmas, and then afterwards they all leave after. So then there's Spoon Liquor, and he steals a type of wooden spoon, comes on the 15th, and leaves the 28th. You kind of get the idea. Then there's Pot Scraper, Bowl Liquor, Door Slammer.
Hold on. Spoon Liquor is extremely thin due to malnutrition. Because all he eats is spoon lickings. Okay, where did you get to? Bowl Liquor?
Yeah, and then Door Slammer, but Skyer Gobbler?
And they all do exactly what you think they would, other than Skyer Gobbler is a little bit more vague.
Yule lad with an affinity for skier.
I don't
I'm
even
not
know
sure
what
what that is.
No.
And then Sausage Swiper.
Sausage Swiper?
Swiper, no swiping!
Okay, so he likes food. Hold on, Sausage Swiper should totally help Spoon Liquor and like give him some food, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I agree. If these things work together.
And then
Are they in town on the same days? They are. So like
yeah,
Spoon
so
Liquor and they could work together.
they could.
They could work. I see
And
some
then-
more employment opportunities coming up here. Okay, hang on.
Window Peeper.
I bet
Isn't
he
that
peeps-
just called a peeping
I
Tom?
bet he peeps in windows.
Isn't that just called a peeping Tom, technically?
Yeah. He's
So-
a snoop who would look through windows in search of things to steal. Okay, but wait, a peeping Tom is like looking at people.
Okay.
This guy wants things to steal. He's casing the joint.
And then Doorway. Hold on, I thought that's Sniffler for a second. Doorway Sniffer.
What?
He's like you. He's got an abnormally large nose.
Hey! My nose
And an abnormally large sniffer.
My nose is just the right size
Have you seen this thing?
for a juvenile anteater.
And then Meat Hook. Again, give some to Spoon Liquor.
Yeah, Meat Hook and Sausage Swiper could probably hook up Spoon Liquor with food for like a month in like an hour.
And then Candle Stealer. Hey, we need those things. You know, for light and stuff.
Yeah, right? Okay, so they're all just a bunch of crazy things named after what they... Okay, so I feel like the Seven Dwarves, though. Doesn't this totally, like... This
Except
is...
the Seven Dwarfs are nice.
No, but okay, like, but think about this. This is like an old fable, right? So the Seven Dwarves are like kind of based on this, because they all do what they say. Like, Sneezy is Sneezy, and etc. and etc. Like, it's like a happier version of this.
And poor Dopey.
Yeah. Thanks for taking sympathy on me. Okay, we spent a long time on our very first,
Yeah,
our
we
very
weren't
first
expecting
treasure.
that.
But there was 13 of them. That was like added value.
So what's our next one?
I don't know how to say this. Neck Ruprek? Okay, this is... Okay, so after a great deal of research, I figured out how to say this now. I think it's Necked Ruprek.
Yes.
Okay. According to tradition, Necked Ruprecht asks children whether they can pray. If they can, they receive apples, nuts, and gingerbread. If they cannot, he hits the children with his bag of ashes.
Mm-hmm.
What? So he's like asks whether they can pray. That's creepy. And then I don't have a lot on him, but the only other fact that I have written down about him is that in the German version of The Simpsons, Santa's little helper is named Neck Ruprecht. This is really fun to say.
Belsnickel. So Belsnickel does not accompany St. Nicholas, but instead visits alone and combines both the threatening and the benign aspects, which in other traditions are divided between the St. Nicholas and the companion figure.
Okay.
So, Belsnickel is a man wearing furs and sometimes a mask with a long tongue. So,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh gosh. He is typically very ragged and disheveled, so Gene Simmons. He wears torn, tattered, and dirty clothes, Gene Simmons, and he carries a switch in his hand with which to beat naughty children. I'm sure Gene Simmons did that. But also pockets full of cakes, candies, and nuts for good children.
Wait, pockets full of cake? Can you imagine just stuffing cake in your pockets?
Well, he might. Maybe that's why he has very ragged and disheveled clothing.
Yeah.
Because trying to fit all that stuff, man.
Yeah, right. So he divides the aspects of Saint Nicholas and companion figures. So like he rewards good children, but then he's super dark and morbid with the ones that aren't. Aren't good. That's interesting. And you save on your mythical figures that way by combining them into one package. It's like 2-in-1 conditioner shampoo.
They just asked Gene Simmons to go around
and visit children.
Yeah. I wouldn't open my door if I were you guys.
No. You notice they don't mention in a lot of these how they actually access the children in question. Like, we know Santa Claus goes down the chimney, but do these things go down the chimney, or are they just, like, throwing rocks through the window of all the neighborhood houses? Like,
call the cops.
Gene Simmons is on my lawn again. This happens every year at Christmas.
Oh my gosh!
He's wearing torn and tattered, dirty clothes.
It looks like he just got out of a concert.
And he's beating naughty children. So,
oh my gosh, help us!
What's the only other thing we have here is that we really like The Office. I kind of remember this.
Yeah.
A little bit, sort of. An episode of The Office entitled Dwight Christmas. Dwight, I guess, came to work dressed as Belsnickel instead of Santa Claus. So I don't know if I remember that or not. It's been a long time since we've watched The Office.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Stay tuned till the end of the video because we're going to be eating wasabi candy canes. I know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Steph and Paul Do Stuff. Stephanie is in charge of her Instagram and she keeps it absolutely... Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. I said jingling. I said holly.
Jolly.
I said holly jolly again.
Okay.
They deserve better.
Okay. How about...
She keeps it absolutely ho-ho-hoing. And follow us on Twitter. I tried. It was the best I could do. I'm rapidly running out of things. We're gonna have to start writing these ahead of time instead of just leaving it to fate. Anyways, so, and you can also follow us on Twitter because that's the other place where we are and stuff. And I'm in charge of that, and I do my best, as you can tell by this. And on Twitter, we're at SNP Do Stuff. On Twitter. That gets more and more awkward every time.
So what's your next one?
Alright, so our next one, I'm gonna hope I'm saying this right, but I'm sure I'm wrong because there's a little like umlaut above it, so
okay.
I'm probably... So Gryla.
Mm-hmm. Where is he from?
I hope I'm not gonna say this wrong for a really long time. The mountains? I don't know where Gryla's from. That's kind of bizarre. But she has the ability to detect children who are misbehaving year-round, and during Christmas time she comes from the mountains to search nearby towns for her meal. She leaves her...
so what? She eats them?
I've got a thing. She leaves her cave and hunts for children. She devours children as her favorite snack.
I feel like this should be like the next Hansel and Gretel or something.
I know, right? Oh my god, that's dark. Okay, so
Because that's like so creepy.
It is,
And that's
it's
like she
totally-
essentially sounds like a witch.
well, she is, but she's like a cannibalistic witch. She's a cannibal witch. She's cannibal witch dick. Her favorite dish is a stew of naughty kids for which she has an insatiable appetite. According to legend, there is never a shortage of food for her to eat. Well, if kids would just behave, she'd starve and...
Disappear.
yeah. It
But
doesn't seem that...
That's not likely.
No. So she literally eats naughty children. She doesn't just eat naughty children, she hunts for naughty children.
Yeah, that sounds not so creepy. And why don't people like... I mean, in America, for example, there's guns everywhere, so why don't they just shoot her?
Well, I'm assuming she's like supernatural. Like, okay, when I imagine her, I kind of imagine like, okay, I know you don't like horror movies, but you kind of know how the ring works, right? Like, not that how it works, but you know that she's like a chick that like liquefies out of blackness from the ceiling, right? Like she just kind of and she's there.
I kind of do, but honestly,
Like,
I've literally never seen it.
So I kind of imagine her being like the ring. Like that's like. I know that's not her name. I butchered this explanation so bad. But I know she's kind of like the thing from the ring.
Let's move on here.
The thing from the ring, possibly. Yeah.
So the next one is Bafana, and Bafanda. You wrote it weirdly on
There's
me.
two different descriptions. I didn't even. Okay, I think it's Bafana.
Bafana is apparently usually portrayed as a hag riding a broomstick through the air wearing a black shawl and is covered in soot because she enters the children's houses through the chimney.
We finally got some information
Uh-huh.
on how they get in. And may I just say, this is like a second Christmas witch.
Uh-huh. And she is often smiling and carries a bag or hamper filled with candy, gifts, or both. And
She's happy.
so she's also referred to as the Christmas witch. Well, here it says that Christian legend had it that Bafana was approached by the biblical magi, also known as the three wise men, a few days before the birth of the infant Jesus. They asked for directions to where the Son of God was, as they had seen his star in the sky, but she did not know. She provided them with shelter for a night, as she was considered the best housekeeper in the village and the most pleasant home. The Magi invited her to join them on the journey to find the baby Jesus, but she declined, saying that she was too busy with her housework. Later, La Bafana had a change of heart and tried to search for the astrologers and Jesus. That night she was not able to find them, so to this day La Bafana is searching for the little baby. She leaves all the good children toys and candy or fruit, while the bad children get coal, onions, or garlic.
Okay, so she's wandering around.
I have never heard this, and I grew up going to church every Sunday. This is probably like a weird form of Christianity, because this is not a modern version of Christianity
No, I don't
at
think
all.
so. They
Like,
say
I think
legend.
that's a stretch. That's a huge stretch.
But hang on. So let me get this straight though. The premise of her motivation.
And
Her motivation is that she's still wandering, searching for the baby Jesus.
But here's my other problem with this so-called legend. Serves you right. My other problem with this is the fact that the three wise men, in no song or Christian story does it ever say they stop. They just follow the star that the angel tells them to follow. Like, there's never a witch involved.
Yeah. No,
So
I
this
can only
is a
imagine.
stretch.
Nobody's ever mentioned the part of the Bible with that weird witch.
This isn't even in the Bible at all.
No, I gather.
Like, I could go to the Christmas story and this will not be in the Bible.
Which is why I think it's legend. It's why
And I have
it's
multiple
tradition legend.
Bibles. This isn't at all.
That is dark. That is, well, like, not even dark. Like, the last one, 8 people, so that's not too dark. But it's just weird that she's just wandering in search of the baby Jesus and punishing children. Like, that's just so bizarre.
She's not even punishing
so that's,
kids.
well, she's just punishing them with crappy toys. Or coal. Which isn't so bad, because she gives them, so she gives them toys or candy.
Toys and candy or food.
Or food. And she gives the bad kids coal. So if you're just bad one year, good the next year, bad one year, good the next year, you could, like, you know, get some equipment to cook with and stuff. Some fruit and some coals. I don't know what you're gonna make.
Okay, but you don't have to be good or bad to hit that subscribe button down below. Or follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
No.
However, this, in my opinion, these wasabi candy canes should be the punishment for bad kids. Let's replace coal.
That's what it should be. Ah! I'm a wasabi candy cane. Come back. I'm a wasabi candy cane. Wasabi!
Oh gosh.
I know.
So, we got these from the Gummy Boutique.
Where we go for a number of our weird and strange gummy candy related needs, including several videos that we've had to take down.
But maybe one day we'll replace.
Maybe one day we'll replace them.
So,
are those green?
yes.
There's no real wasabi.
What do you know about wasabi?
Not much. I think it's hot, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it super spicy?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I prepared
And what's
for.
it made of?
I don't know. Chickpea?
Mm-mm.
Fish pieces?
No.
Okay.
That's pretty
I can't
spicy
smell it.
smelling.
I can't smell anything. But my nose is tick like I need to sneeze.
Yeah.
Cheers. Are we ready? Are we at that point? Are you gonna tell me what wasabi is?
No.
Okay.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay, there's definitely a flavor of something.
Yeah, it does taste like wasabi. A hint of wasabi. I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of like hoping it would be a major punishment.
Mm.
But it kind
It
of
is
just...
getting stronger as you go, though.
Mm-hmm. But... okay, there's a bit of a kick to this. But see, wasabi is horseradish.
Mmm.
So, when I think about the horseradish...
I can taste that, knowing that. But I don't like horseradish.
It comes with sushi. It's
I
usually
knew that
like
it's the
a
only time I've
green-
ever had it slash
It's a
tasted.
green paste. It tends to taste good. Well, the way I've liked it is you put a little bit on your sushi, and then you dip your sushi in soy sauce.
It gets a bit spicy, but it definitely it does taste like, I think, I remember wasabi tasting.
It's gross, but I guess I'm a little disappointed because it kind of like fades away.
Yeah, it takes a while to get the flavor,
Yeah.
and then it goes away really quickly.
Because, see, I was reading the ingredients because here's what it has. It has sugar, corn syrup, water, citric acid, artificial wasabi flavor, FD&C yellow 5, FD&C blue 1, titanium dioxide. So,
I find that the titanium oxide just really sets off the FD&C.
dioxide.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I would say, would you not say that the flavor is in the green stripes?
I would think
Because
so.
as soon as the green stripe fades away, the flavor's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping for something more shocking.
I gotta say, when I think wasabi, I think of like that really strong green paste that you can buy.
Yeah.
That when you eat it, you don't take more than like a teensy tiny little bit, because otherwise it completely ruins your taste buds.
I do remember trying wasabi now because it was with sushi. I didn't know what it was, and I put a little bit on something. I think it was a chopstick or something, and then just touched it to my tongue, and I instantly regretted it.
Yeah, because it completely ruins your taste buds after.
Why? Yeah, it's violent. So that wasn't as bad as it could have been. I wish it would have been worse.
Yeah.
Sort of like, I wish it would have tasted better but been worse.
I wish it was kind of like real wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish that they hadn't. I don't know, I feel like I tasted a bit of mint in there.
Almost. Like the white is just a normal mint candy cane.
Yeah.
But then the green is wasabi.
Yeah.
That would explain what we just ate.
I feel like they should have just done wasabi.
Yeah. Okay,
I'd
so
just say.
that's it for us, I think. I'm just trimming our backdrop with wasabi candy canes. So, I guess that's all for us. So make sure you subscribe, check us out on Instagram, check us out on Twitter.
Yeah.
And, until next time, bye!
See you later. So, he's Gene Simmons.